Hey there folks, Tip here, Stupid Gardener. We're going to do a wrap-up today on our raised garden bed from 2020. It's about mid-September, and we're going to do just a closing out the season of growing and go over everything that we have grown here. Okay, as you can see, our tomatoes are still growing. If we get some red ones there, we'll be pulling those off today. And we've still got some green ones coming in. And I want to see how long we can keep getting red tomatoes off of here. But so far so good. I think I pulled like 3 or 4 off this week, and we got these other 3 coming in. Another one over there. We got a bunch of green ones coming in. You can notice these vines, they're getting kind of real thin and starting to crack a little bit, but there still is some nutrients coming up those vines and feeding those tomatoes. So we're going to keep an eye on them and pull them off when they get about that color right there and bring them inside, let them ripen up, and just see how they do. You can see here I got the cucumbers and pole beans. I got them taken down, and as I mentioned in a video before, we had a real problem this year with rabbits, and they didn't bother them when I first put them in. When I went to plant my second round here to keep them growing all deep into the fall, the rabbits did eventually get in there and kind of take off all the tops on them. So that was kind of disappointing, but that's just what happens when you are growing things in your garden. You're going to have plenty of animals around here in North Carolina that like to get in here and kind of feed off what you're doing. So, but those are things that happen. So we're just going to do a little bit of a wrap up here, kind of grade myself, and we'll kind of work on what we want to do next year. Okay, so wrapping up on the tomatoes, pretty happy with the way they came out. We only planted 3 tomato plants. Next year we'll probably double it, maybe more. We did the indeterminate tomatoes this year, and I think next year we're going to do the indeterminate as well as the determinate tomatoes, and just try and double, triple, quadruple our output of what we had. I felt they came in a little bit late this year, probably like 3 weeks behind, but I think that had to do a lot with the weather. I think we had probably a lot more rain this year than we had last year, and it was just hot and humid, rained a lot, so it was just a kind of different kind of growing year compared to what it has been in the past few years. So overall, give ourselves probably a B minus on our tomatoes. One good thing, they're still growing. We should still be getting some tomatoes each week off these vines, at least for hopefully another month maybe, and until the frost comes or whatever, and they just stop growing. But overall, I think we did all right, and I'm very happy with it, and looking forward to next year. We probably won't plant tomatoes here next year. When I build the new garden beds out toward the back here, down toward the house more, then we'll probably plant all the tomatoes down there and give this area a little bit of break, and probably put something else in here, because I think I've planted here the last 3 years or so. So I think we'll put them in some new soil and really get them going. So, but overall, I'm very happy with the tomatoes. Okay, let's take a look at our rabbit eye blueberries, and very happy with the way these came out this year. Didn't get a lot of blueberries, but we got enough that we could munch on. But I think next year they're going to come in a whole lot better. And as you can see, we have taken down the bird netting that we had here, and we are going to raise this up probably to about 8 foot or so. And I'll just way there, I'll be able to walk inside there without stooping over. Give them a chance to kind of grow up a little taller and a little bit thicker, without the restraints of the bird netting on top. So we're gonna be working on that this fall and this winter, and I'm gonna put up some PVC pipe here and get this thing up nice and high and cover it all up, and we'll get going. But like I said, these are the rabbit eye blueberries. Is what you want to grow down here in the south. We're in North Carolina, and do your research. Make sure you're planting the correct blueberries for the area of the country in which you live. And also, they said about these, you get a real nice foliage that should come in the fall time, and they're starting to turn. So, but overall, very happy. I think we're going to get a whole lot of these next year. So I think we did all right. Not bad for a first year, and probably give us maybe a B or B plus here. You know, just based on this how they came in nice and green, not really what we got off there. We'll probably get a nice full grade next year as these start to really start to grow, and we be able to pull off a lot of blueberries. So like I said, those are rabbit-eye blueberries here. Is what you want to plant down here in the south. Do your research, check your area, and we'll check in on these again probably when I put up the bird netting. So let's move over here to the strawberries. Okay, here are ever-bearing strawberries, and this is probably the favorite thing that I grew this year. And we are just about ready to come in here and start to pick some more of these old strawberries, because as you can see, we got some more coming in. So these came in great this year. Very, very happy. We've got a whole bunch off of these. And next year, we're probably going to push the bed out this way and kind of get in here and transplant some of these into the new bed and really let them grow. Probably the only thing I did wrong here, I probably bought too many of them because they spread a lot more than I thought that they would. So, but we'll be able to get in here, thin these out, and then transplant a lot of these in the come the springtime into these new beds. And but overall, you know, I got to give probably a B plus or an A on these, and I think in the years to come, these are really going to go. I mean, they've really sent out a lot of runners. In fact, they were sending out runners over here into the tomatoes, and I kept having to pick them back because they were taking root. So that's a real good sign that these things are starting to take off. And I'll probably come in here this afternoon when I'm out grilling tonight and pick a bunch of these strawberries. And so we should be all set here. So just remember, you're going to be planting these strawberries, just like with the blueberries. Check your area, check what kind are going to work in your area. Like I said, we're in North Carolina, and these ever-bearing strawberries are probably the best things to plant down here. And they come back every year, so you don't have to worry about planting more. They're going to spread, they're going to send out runners, and you should have strawberries for years and years to come. So in fact, we can probably take some of these and plant these all throughout the backyard here and just let them grow wild, which is something I'm thinking about doing. Maybe put some back with the wildflowers back there. We'll just have to just wait and see. So let's go over our cucumbers and our pole beans. Okay, so just going over our pole beans and our green beans. There's nothing to show because I pulled those a couple of weeks ago. And like I said, we had a pretty good year with the cucumbers. We gave away far more than what we ate, so that's a good sign. They came in great. I think those were the chomper cucumbers, and then we had the Kentucky pole beans, and they did pretty good. Didn't get as many as we wanted, but I think we still did all right. Really didn't give away too many of those, but we're able to eat what we got there. So, you know, I'll give that probably about a B or so, and we'll wait and see what happens next year. I'll probably plant those separately away from each other next year so they're not growing all in together, and just give them space to grow. But we'll definitely be planting a lot more of those next year as we extend our garden out. Like I said, the only issue we had with them was just the rabbits. This is the first year that we have been kind of overrun with rabbits out here in the yard. But the weird thing is we haven't seen any rabbits in about 3 weeks, so I don't know if we do have some coyotes in the area. They may have come in and gotten them, or a lot of hawks around here. They may have come in and gotten them, or maybe they just moved off. They do whatever rabbits do, but we have not seen them in a couple of weeks. So, but hopefully next year we won't have that issue. I'm thinking about putting in a greenhouse where I can grow things from seed and really let them take root in the greenhouse, and then transplant things like that into the gardening, and kind of stay, you know, and hopefully the rabbits won't bother them. I'll probably put up a better fence around the whole garden next year to keep out the rabbits. The fencing I put up worked for a while, but then they figured out how to get underneath it. So, but that's just one of the things that you're going to have. in planting a garden is you're going to have, there's animals out here, they're gonna get after things, and so you guys kind of I guess you got to kind of share things with them. So but overall, great year. This is the time of the year where you're really looking forward to next year, even though you're done with the garden. So looking forward to putting in some new beds and really getting this thing growing, and try and grow as much as we can and give away as much as we can to you know, friends and neighbors and people at work, and you know, whoever wants them. So I guess I'll sign off from here. So again, this is Tip from the Stupid Gardener. If you're not a subscriber, please do. If you like the video, hit that like button. Got a comment, put it down below. And I'll see you on the next one when we start pushing out our beds here. Everyone take care. God bless everybody.